Alright, I'm playing a little bit of musical off-road lighting. The KC HiLites Slimlites were a little too big to be on my A-pillars, for me anyways, because I am 5'4", and seeing over that 6-inch round light was a little much for me, plus the fact that they are a spot beam, and I really wanted a flood beam. So what I ended up buying was the rigid DSS, which I think means for side shooter. And it has 3 LEDs on the outside, as well as in a flood pattern, as well as the flood pattern of the 4 LEDs in the front. And then I also purchased the yellow lenses to go over the top, mostly as a protection for when I'm driving on the freeway, so they don't get, the lens actual doesn't get damaged, and also it can help during foggy, snowy, and dusty situations. They didn't have clear, which I would have bought clear if they had it, but they had yellow, amber, and black covers, and that was it. And they are mostly set where I think I want them, although tonight after dinner we will go out and maybe adjust them for up or down. I believe that positioning is where I want them, for left to right. And what I'm going to do is put the KC Slimlites on my bull bar. Probably going to put them one here and then one on just this side of my light bar. And what we did was the connection, the Deutsch connector, was the exact same for these lights as it is for the KCs. So we just left that wiring in place and just had to plug these in. What I did prefer about these lights is the pigtail on the light was much longer, so it didn't get stuck right here. The KCs is quite short in my opinion, and I did give them some feedback and let them know that I thought that should be a little bit longer. So that had plenty of room to tuck under there, a little bit snugger than it was when the KCs were up there. And the wiring harness that came with these was equal in wire size gauge to the ones for the KCs. So, and it was plenty long for when I put these up here that I can reach and hook them up to my S-Pod, because we don't need the relays or the fuse that it comes with, because I have the S-Pod. So I'm going to order some clamps to put on my bull bar that are nice and heavy duty. I didn't want a cheap Amazon, light clamp, because those KC lights are heavy. They're about 5 pounds each. So I talked to actually the guy that made my bumper, Full Metal Fabworks, and that is what he suggested doing, because I thought about having him make me a bracket and then getting it welded on here, but he said try this first, because then if you ever want to take them off, you're not messing up with your bumper, you don't have to worry about damaging your powder coat, etc. So I thought that was good advice, and he gave me a link to some brackets that would work. So that's what I'm doing, and tonight I will show you how these lights work. I think I'm going to be very happy with them, and they're perfect when I sit inside. They're not too bulky and too much in the way. And then when I get the KCs hooked up, I'll show you that, but that, I don't know how long it's going to take to get those brackets. But yeah, I think I'm going to be pretty happy with these. So the Rigid DSS Pros in the flood pattern. All right, we are outside at night and we adjusted the lights. You can see, let's see, there it is. There's basically a straight cutoff beam pattern from, that's my driver's side, with the ditch light pointing slightly outward, and it's lighting up that entire pile right there. And this is without the yellow cover. Now I'll go to the other side.
Let me know if you want me to.
And this side still obviously has the yellow lens on it, and there is kind of the cutoff line, but it's a lot of nice light. And flick them on. You can see how much that lights up, and I do have my headlights off right now. So there we go. Those are the rigid DSS lights.